My name is Ori Z. Soltes. I teach at Georgetown, and it is of course a pleasure to be here at Morehouse and at this conference. I guess I have been engaged and involved with the Hizmet movement for a number of years now and find it an extraordinary idea and organization, the idea of service, the idea of multi-faith and multicultural interaction, dialogue is extremely important, I think, in the world today. And this conference and the Atlantic Institute are a large part of that. This is, I think, the second time that I have been involved with the Atlantic Institute in some event or other. And so far this conference seems to be rather unique, I guess I would say, because it not only covers issues that one would expect, but issues that one might not expect. And it's far-ranging and diverse, both in terms of the presenters and also in terms of the kinds of comments and questions that have come from the audience. My first experience with Hizmet and Gülen was a discussion group that was established at Georgetown University that ran for about 2 years, and the topic was death and the afterlife in the Jewish, Christian, and Muslim traditions. And a colleague of mine who was involved asked if I would make a presentation on that subject within Judaism, and that took about 3 different meetings to get through, and that was my first involvement with Hizmet, and specifically what in Washington is called the Rumi Forum. I think it's a very appropriate framework for the conference that we go from one to the other, to the other, to the other, from Gandhi to Gülen, with Al-Qaeda and of course MLK in between, because each of these 4 individuals, of course, comes from a completely different background, different ethnicity, different language, different culture, and all of them share in common the ambition for which 2 of them literally gave their lives, and the other are still spending their lives struggling with it, to make humans understand not only that ultimately we have more in common with each other than what separates us, but that recognizing what we have in common with each other doesn't deprive us of feeling special in our particular ethnic or religious or cultural ways. The 2 can interface. And so this kind of an event and this kind of an organization under the umbrella of Hizmet is all about that. And Hizmet is all about educating people to think that way, both by way of conferences such as this, but also by way, in a very literal sense, of all the hundreds of Hizmet schools across the planet, from elementary to university, that emphasize diversity of thinking. And I think that's very important.